What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Mavericks Today by Chat Sports. Jeffrey Cooperstein here. We have a watch party for you between the Dallas Mavericks and the Minnesota Timberwolves. It is Mark Aguirre jersey retirement night at the American Airlines Center as the number 24 goes into the rafters for the Dallas Mavericks. The first real star of this franchise since it culminated in 1980. So shout out to Mark Aguirre getting his number retired tonight. Is it a little bit of a PR stunt for the Mavericks to do this? Yeah, probably, as they announced this in what was the most difficult period in Dallas Mavericks history for the relationship between the Mavericks and their fans. But they do get Mark Aguirre's jersey retired tonight, and we'll see if that'll bring the Mavericks some good luck. And I'll tell you this right now, boys and girls, it ain't going to be easy because the Mavericks are without a lot of players. No Cooper Flagg tonight, no Klay Thompson tonight. So it's going to be a battle for the Dallas Mavericks this evening against the Minnesota Timberwolves as the ice has started to melt around the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Let's see if the Mavs can get hot as well, knock down a couple of shots, and come out and get a win in a game that, frankly, they probably shouldn't get whatsoever. As we always do, go ahead and shout out your city. Let me know where you're watching from down here in the comment section. We are live at the Chat Sports Studios over in Dallas, Texas, about a mile away from the American Airlines Center in a cold and previously snowy and icy Dallas, Texas. But we do have basketball here on tap for tonight, and hopefully the Mavs can come out here and get a win. Oh, we got Scott saying, let's go Timberwolves. We got T-Wolves fans in the chat. I was not expecting T-Wolves fans. I'll tell you what, for our Warriors stream last week, we had a lot of Warriors fans here in the chat as well. But we welcome all fans here at the channel, of course. As long as you're respectful and you're courteous, we allow you to, hang out, enjoy the chat. Just be nice to each other. That's all we ask. What up, Mike? Hope you're doing well. Shout out Scott. Shout out to Ty, man, the Buckeye. And let me know who you got tonight as well. Type DAL for the Mavs. Type MIN for the Timberwolves. I'll be honest. I think the Timberwolves are going to win tonight's game. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. I don't see a world where the Mavs win this one. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. The latest trade rumors surrounding the Dallas Mavericks largely focus on Najee Marshall, who is playing remarkable this year, having his best career season, and as a starter is averaging over 18 points a game, which would by far be his career high. The Mavericks will not entertain conversations around Marshall if they are not getting a first-round pick in return. So don't expect the Mavericks to trade Najee unless they are getting a really, really good return. And he is in the starting lineup tonight alongside Max Christie, Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington, and Caleb Martin. And then for the Timberwolves, you have Dante DiVincenzo, Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert, Julius Randle, and Jaden McDaniels. That is the starting five for the T-Wolves. The Mavs are wearing, it looks like there's green throwbacks tonight in honor of Mark Aguirre, who is getting his jersey retired once again this evening. Scott, I did not like the cold weather, to be honest. It threw me for a loop. I like having the cold weather once every now and again, but after the first day and a half, I was done with it. And I was ready to get back to normal Texas weather. It's still going to be pretty chilly here. I mean, it's going to get up to the mid-50s tomorrow, which for Dallas standards is pretty mild in the winter, but yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for the spring and the warm weather here in Texas for sure. Appreciate you, Mike. Appreciate all of the real ones who are watching already. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up icon for a free and easy way to help out the channel. We'll get to the rest of the pregame show here in just a moment, but I need to tell you guys about our sponsor of today's show, which of course I'm sure you guys know by now is our friends over at PrizePicks. Today's episode of Mavericks Today by Chat Sports is sponsored by PrizePicks, and the big game is almost here. Don't miss out on the last football action of the season with our friends over at PrizePicks. the big game, a Sunday and a half from now, about a week and a half from now, and it is the final time for football action this season, so don't miss out. All you do is pick more or less on at least 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you can watch your winnings roll in. With the new social feeds feature, it's super easy to play. All you do, you can copy lineups with just one click or use them as inspiration for your own picks over on PrizePicks. You can follow PrizePicks partners like us and tailor fade our picks with just one click. PrizePicks is also available in all 50 states, including California, Georgia, Florida, and Texas, and they put their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. PrizePicks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, and Cash App for quick and easy deposits and withdrawals into your account this sports season, and I do have a football projection for you guys for that big game, and boy, oh boy, I can't wait for this one. Give me the more on Drake May at 1.5 passing touchdowns, the more on Rashid Shaheed, longest receptions, and the more on Stephon Diggs, 4.5 receptions. You can copy those picks or go make picks of your own. Just please make sure you do it over at PrizePicks. When you download the app and use code CLNS, you'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. One more time, that is code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. That link is in the comments and description of today's show. Shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring this episode of Mavericks Today. Absolutely love PrizePicks. Absolutely love PrizePicks. I'll get that link here in the live chat for y'all as well. Here we go. Bang. Bang. What up, Chris? How you doing, brother? On the broadcast, they sell Marshall for us to get behind, which I love. Najee just for them to sell him. He's a complete dog, and I'd love to keep him. He and Coop play well together. I'm absolutely open with keeping Najee Marshall. Like, I have no problem whatsoever with him staying on that roster, on the Mavericks roster. If they get a first-round pick, though, the Mavericks would be hard-pressed to not trade him just because of the value you'd be getting for him. Like, I genuinely think that the value you'd be getting for Najee would be significant if you were to get a first-round pick for him. So that's the only thing that I honestly think would make the Mavs trade him. I think they love Najee, and I think that they believe that Najee is someone they can build around, but we'll see what happens here in the future. We'll see what happens in the next 8 days. 8 days. Yeah, if we get a late first rounder, exactly. You need to get a first rounder minimum for Najee Marshall. I think Marshall and Gafford are the two most likely to be traded. After that, I mean, you're looking at the likes of Caleb Martin, Jaden Hardy. Like, who else? That's really it, right? Like, you're obviously not getting rid of Coop. Maybe Klay Thompson could be in the mix. You can't trade PJ because he has a trade restriction. So I think the Mavs are pretty limited in what they can do this deadline. I don't think Anthony Davis is getting moved anytime soon. So I think that'll be quiet on the Mavericks trade front. And I don't think they're going to get a deal done for AD. So I think you're looking at Marshall, Gafford, and Thompson as the main three guys who could be traded by next Thursday. I think they want to keep Max Christie. Caleb Martin might have some value to another team. Remains to be seen. But Mavs will have options, and we'll see what Matt Riccardi and Michael Finley want to do. Yeah, I would love to trade D'Angelo Russell as well. Unfortunately, nobody wants D'Lo. Like, the Mavs might end up buying D'Angelo Russell out of his contract after the deadline. That's how bad he's been. So just keep an eye on that, because I do think that would be a possibility as well, of the Mavericks just buying him out. I could absolutely see that being the case. All right, we are about 8 minutes away from tip-off here at the American Airlines Center. Mavericks Timberwolves And let's see, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already for the latest Mavericks news and rumors. We'll have you covered all leading up to the 2026 NBA trade deadline next Thursday. Any move the Mavericks make, we will have you covered right here on the channel. So please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Couple more housekeeping items here. First one, here's our Super Chat menu for today. Any Super Chat will get you on screen. $5 will get a let's go Mavs, let's go Mavs, let's go Mavs chant going. And then $10, we'll take some shots if you guys want to take some shots here on a Wednesday night. A little bit under the weather, maybe some tequila will get me going. No Super Chats are required whatsoever. They are greatly appreciated, though, as they go directly back to helping out the channel, allowing us to do more watch parties like this, giving us more resources to put right back in to the channel. I don't see a dime of it. It goes all back to helping this channel grow, to be the biggest Mavericks channel here on YouTube. If you want the Mavs to beat the T-Wolves, like the video right now as we are inching away towards tip-off at the American Airlines Center, baby. You can keep Cisse on a two-way deal the entire season there, Chris. I think that's what they're going to end up doing. I do think they're going to end up keeping Cisse on a two-way for the rest of the season. Maybe if the roster spot opens, they end up giving him a spot, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. The Mavericks this year, or in the last 5 games, have the highest percentage of time leading in the NBA. Well, they pissed away a 13-point lead with like 7 minutes to go in Saturday's game against the Lakers, which was, that was an absolute joke. It was just not, it was ridiculous. That's their worst blown lead of the season, in my opinion. There's been a lot of them, by the way, but that was the worst one. I don't think it's particularly close. I don't. What up, Ty Man? How you doing, brother? How are you doing, Mr. Ty Man the Buckeye? Yeah, trade season's getting interesting with the reports that the Bucks are starting to listen to offers on Giannis, that Giannis would welcome a move to a new home. So the trade market could be heating up, but I don't think the trade market for Anthony Davis is going to be heating up because I don't think anybody wants Anthony Davis. And why would you? Why would you want a guy who's over 30, who's hurt all the time, no matter what it is, whether it's his thumb, whether it's his leg, whether it's this, whether it's that? He's always hurt. So why would you want him? There's only one guy who wanted Anthony Davis. The guy's no longer employed in the NBA and will never be employed in the NBA again. So there's that. There's definitely that. Yes, the Browns did get a coach, Ty Man. Yes, they did. Yeah, F Rich Paul, dude. I'm tired of hearing Rich Paul. Oh, and the LeBron puff pieces that have come out that, the LeBron didn't ask the Lakers to draft Bronny. And Rich Paul, it's like, get out of here, dude. I'm just so tired of hearing about Rich Paul. And I think it's disgusting that an agent of his stature is doing a podcast. I really do. That's a joke, to be honest with you. That's a joke. Absolute joke, man. Let's get this show on the road, as we are about 4 minutes away from tip-off in Dallas. Hopefully you guys are staying safe throughout the Metroplex, wherever you are, with all the winter weather going on in the U.S. right now. It's been crazy. It has been crazy. Driving to work the last couple days was a little bit of Hunger Games, but no, it was good today, though. It was good today. Don't have to tell me twice, Chris. They can all F off for all I care. They can all F off. There we go. Staying hydrated. Shout out to How Water. Soto! What up, Jonathan Soto? How we doing, brother? How we doing? Hope you're having a good evening. This Mavs Timberwolves game, it's going to be something because we have no Cooper Flagg. We have no Klay Thompson. We do have Daniel Gafford, who's in the starting lineup tonight, but man, this is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a tough one. Tough one tonight. Hey, Chris, I appreciate you, my man. Try to bring you guys the best Mavericks content out there. Feeling a little under the weather today, dealing with some allergies. Hopefully it's nothing more than that, as everything's going around. But man, I think that this Mavericks team has been playing better lately, and Matt Riccardi and Michael Finley have an interesting week and a day ahead of them to see if they're going to sell off assets to try to acquire more draft capital. I don't envision a scenario where the Mavericks are buying. I simply don't see that. But it remains to be seen, and we'll see what they end up doing here in the next week. The trade deadline next Thursday, 2 p.m. Central Time. Not sure if we'll be live for that or not. Depends on how the week folds out. If Giannis does or does not get traded, that definitely will alter a lot of things. So we'll have you guys up to date, though, with everything surrounding the Mavs here. Chilling at the gym, waiting for some basketball. Hey, man, the basketball should be happening here in a couple minutes. All right, let's get this freaking game going, dude. I know they're about to, they're doing the ceremony at halftime, I believe, for Mark Aguirre's jersey retirement. So I want to get this game underway so we can get this stream underway here. Let's go. Chris, I was on the floor for the Lakers game the other night. That's pretty dope, man. It was a really cool experience sitting that close. Yeah, it was really fun. But that's awesome that you had tickets to that game. I've heard good things about Will Hardy. He wasn't a very nice guy. That's interesting. Because I've heard mostly good things about Will Hardy. That's very interesting, though. I mean, the Jazz are a bad team. And they've been a bad team for a long time. We'll see what happens with Lauri Markkanen. I don't think that they're going to end up trading Lauri. But that team has kind of been in no man's land for a while now. They really do need to bottom out. That's hilarious. Soto, that's what's up. Going to the Magic Raptors game. Awesome. Very cool. All right. Norm Sonju bobblehead night in Dallas as well. Interesting enough. All right, we're finally about to get underway here in Dallas. My God, this pregame always takes forever. It's a 7:40 tip every time at home, and I don't know why I never learned. Thing just completely drags on all the time. What up, Gustavo? How you doing, brother? How are you doing, Mr. Gustavo? We are about to get ready here for tip-off, and it's about damn time. So if you are ready for tip-off, type those me's in the comment section, because we are about to get underway here. Jason Kidd and the Mavs looking to bounce back after an ugly collapse against the Lakers on Saturday. We got PJ Washington, it looks like, ready to take the tip, which is weird because Daniel Gafford is also in the starting lineup, I believe. Oh, no, Gafford is taking it. Okay, never mind. Gafford's taking it against Gobert. Ooh, the Timberwolves and their throwback unis as well. You got a great little throwback uni matchup tonight. John Goble, the crew chief, throws it in the air, and we are underway at the American Airlines Center as Rudy Gobert tips it right to Caleb Martin. So the Mavericks win the tip, and they'll have the first possession of the night that's immediately stolen by Dante DiVincenzo. Julius Randle, the Dallas native, has the ball now. He's guarded by PJ. Randle pulls it out, gets it back. Julius crosses over, pulls up from 18 and knocks it down. That was pretty from Julius Randle right here. Julius Randle's a fantastic regular season player, man. He really is. Really, really is. Notice how I said regular season, because that's all it is. He's a great regular season player. Nothing more. And another turnover for the Mavericks. And Jaden McDaniels misses the shot. It's rebounded by Caleb Martin. So the Mavs have 2 turnovers in the first 2 possessions. But on the third possession, Najee Marshall gets a floater to go to tie this game right back up at 2. Gobert has it at the top. Gobert, dribble hands off to Anthony Edwards. Now Gobert in the lane, tried to go over Gafford. Gafford defends him really well and gets the block. And then PJ Washington turns it over once again. 3 turnovers in the first 90 seconds of the game. This team just never, they don't let me rest. They don't let me rest. And there's turnover number 4 as Gafford turns it over. DiVincenzo transition 3. No good. Christie the board. My God. Figure it out. Christie for 3 is no good. Gafford the offensive rebound. He'll get fouled and head to the free throw line here. 4 turnovers in the first 116 seconds of the game for the Mavericks. Absolutely embarrassing from this team, man. Completely embarrassing. What up, Mike A? Appreciate all the real ones tuning into tonight's game. If you're tuning into tonight's game, by the way, you are a real one because Cooper Flagg not playing tonight. Klay Thompson not playing. Kyrie Irving not playing. Anthony Davis not playing. So if you're tuned into tonight's game, you're a real Mavs fan. And you can tell all your friends that. You're a true fan here. Gafford splits the free throws, makes just one of them. And Anthony Edwards will bring it up for Minnesota. DiVincenzo throws it to Randle. Randle will face up Washington. He'll pull up from 18, airballs it, and Gafford kicks it out of bounds. Unbelievable. No, Gianna, Cooper Flagg is out for ankle injury management. He is out. Here's Edwards. Jaden McDaniels will pull for 3 now as shot clock expires and gets it to go. Caleb Martin to Gafford. Now to Christie. Beautiful flare screen for 3 is no good. Gobert with the board for Minnesota. Up the court quickly to Edwards. Edwards right in front of the Mavs bench. Edwards spins, fades, shoots, and can't get it to go. Martin will grab the rebound for Dallas. Up the court goes Marshall. Marshall wants a screen, doesn't get one. Takes it over to the top. Now to Caleb Martin. Martin in the lane, leaves his feet. Finds PJ Washington in the corner. Washington will drive baseline, dumps it off to Gafford. Gafford will go up and score it with the foul. And a chance for a 3-point play. Good ball movement there by the Mavericks as they, they get Rudy Gobert up in the air. And Gafford will head to the line for a free throw. Brett Workman, what up, brother? How we doing? How we doing tonight? If you're a real Mavs fan, I want you guys to spam those MFFLs because if you're watching tonight, I promise you, you're a real Mavs fan. This game, oh, this could get ugly. This could get ugly. Brent, I'm dead. I'll answer that in a minute. Gafford gets the steal off a pass from Edwards. Marshall in transition. Najee with the left in the lane. Floater, no good. Gafford offensive rebound. He gets blocked by Gobert. To Marshall, floater, no good. Another offensive rebound and a putback for Daniel Gafford to give the Mavericks the lead, as Gafford is giving the Mavericks energy here in the first quarter tonight, and this is what he can do if he is healthy. PJ Washington fouls Rudy Gobert on the other end. Brett Workman is hilarious. So, first of all, it looks worse than it is because I was really just trying to get up and go get a drink. And then I see Luka walk into the other locker room. And I just go, Luka, wrong way, brother. And he just laughs and turns the other way and starts walking the other way. That's all that happened. And I was getting tagged in that reel from SportsCenter. I was like, dude, that was crazy. But no, it was funny. And when I used to cover the team for ESPN Radio here in Dallas, I was covering the Mavericks for Luka's first 2 seasons. So he knows my face. I don't know if he knows my name, but when I go, Luka, wrong way, brother, and he looked at me and started laughing, and then he walked the other way. So it was a funny little interaction. You can go check it out. Yeah, it's on SportsCenter's Instagram, which I didn't particularly like because it looks way worse than it was. But yeah, it was cool. Here's Max Christie at the top. Christie driving right. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Gobert, the board for them. Brian, I would love that. The Milwaukee Bucks would laugh at us and try to sue us if we offered them that deal. Gobert, Euro step in the lane off Dwight Powell. Misses, gets his offensive rebound, and Powell fouls him on the putback. Yeah, it was something. I was literally just trying to go get a drink, and I was like, I did not mean to be in that shot. Like, yeah, it's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. But that's all right. All in good fun. Gobert makes the first free throw. And the second one as well. Gobert averaging 11 points and 11 rebounds, almost 2 blocks a game this season. Still very effective in his role as an anchor for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Here's Caleb Martin. Martin drives right to the rim and gets the layup as he went uncontested right down Broadway. That was too easy. And here's Edwards to McDaniels. Now it's with Ant. Dwight Powell goes up and challenges Ant at the rim. Najee Marshall the other way will lay it up and in. Mavericks have an 12-11 lead, Gobert now on the other end with Julius. Randle pulls up from 18, gets it to go. As the next dead ball will be our first TV timeout with Max Christie on the curl. Now it's with Marshall. Christie in the lane. Christie floater, no good. Dwight Powell, the tip, no good. Gets his own board, and then it's stolen by Edwards. Mavericks have about 6 turnovers in the first 5.5 minutes. Here's Gobert. Down low, Rudy puts it up. Oh, and a late whistle. Don't know if that is the correct call, but Rudy gets it nonetheless, and he will head to the free throw line after the TV timeout. Okay. While we are at a TV timeout, I do want to tell you guys about our sponsor, which is PrizePicks. The big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. And since the big game is right around the corner, that also means it's your last chance to get into the football action before next season. So close the season out right with Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups after you play your first $5. With the new social feeds feature, you can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as inspiration for your own picks. You can even follow Prize Picks partners like us and tail or fade our picks with just one click. They also now have early payouts, so if your lineup gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. If you're missing your fantasy football team and your season is already over, Prize Picks, you don't have to wait until next year's draft to keep playing. Pick your favorite players and win when they hit their projections every week. No draft required. Join millions of users today and sign up for America's #1 sports picks app. And I do have a projection for the big game. I'm taking the more on Drake May passing touchdowns, the more on Rashid Shaheed longest reception, and the more on Stephon Diggs receptions. Copy those picks or go make picks of your own. Just please make sure you do it over at Prize Picks. Download the app and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. One more time, that is code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. That link is in the comments and description of today's show. Shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring this episode of Mavericks Today. All right. Rudy Gobert set to go to the free throw line here. Brandon Williams set to check in for the Mavs. Ant-Man to get 29 points. Good luck. Good luck. We'll see if Ant-Man gets to 29. We'll see. This should be a game the Timberwolves win with ease, to be honest. So we will see. Cooper Flag out tonight. Very unfortunate. Wish he was playing in this one. As Gobert almost airballs the first free throw. That was ugly from Rudy. You know Rudy. Name that movie. Name that movie. Gobert misses the second free throw. No harm, no foul. BDL. As he misses both there. Brandon Williams checks into the game, and he's bringing the ball up the court here. Dwight Powell looking for a pass. Finds an entry pass to Williams, who will bring it back out now. He'll come around the screen from Washington, and then he'll cross up. Sizes up Julius Randle. Goes through the legs. Puts it up. No good, but a foul. And B. Will head to the free throw line here. Slow-moving first quarter so far for the Mavericks. Slow-moving quarter. Slow-moving quarter. Brandon Williams leads the Mavericks he has 7 20-point games this season, which is his career high, not the Mavericks' high this season. And he misses the second free throw, but the Mavs get the ball back. Washington turns it over. I hate P.J. Washington. Get P.J. Washington off this team, man. P.J. Washington is horrible. He has been so bad this season, and he starts his 4-year extension next year. Like, my God, has he been horrendous. My God, has he been bad. Here's Randall on the other end, gets it to go. Najee is just horrendous, man. Here's Powell with the handoff to Christie. Back to Powell in the lane. Goes up and gets fouled. A lot of fouls here in this first quarter. A lot of fouls. A lot of fouls. First free throw, no good. Second one goes for Mr. Powell. Mavs staying in it despite turning the ball over 6 times already. Minnesota has 7 turnovers, make it 8 as they just throw a ball right out of bounds. My God. Sloppy, sloppy game. Here's B. Williams. Oh, the Kyrie handles from Williams as he tries to get to the rim, and he can't get it to go, and he will head to the line here after Mike Conley, who just checked in, fouls him. A lot of fouls here in this first quarter as well. Mike Conley, the OG, out of Ohio State. I believe this is year 20 for Mr. Conley as he came into the league. No, this is year 19. Came into the league in the 07-08 season. So this is year 19 for Mike Conley. Longtime Grizzly. Was a Jazz as well. And now he's a Timberwolf. Conley. Always kills the Mavs too, by the way. He'll get it to Randall, who will pull up from 20, and Julius Randle will get it to go. Williams to Marshall down low. Dwight Powell can't control it. He'll kick it out to Williams for 3. Gets it to go. Brandon Williams hits a 3. He is not shooting the three-point ball well this year at just less than 25% from three-point land, but he gets that one to go, and then Randall misses his bucket on the other end. In transition, Jaden Hardy will turn it over. Mike Conley for 3, no good. Offensive rebound, Randall. Blocked by Marshall. And Marshall will be able to keep it in. Here's Williams. Williams. He'll pull it out to Christie. Back out to Jaden Hardy. Hardy across the court to Max. Max shot fake between the legs. Puts it up, and it's another turnover here. Oh, no, they say out of bounds. Out of bounds off Minnesota. It'll be Mavericks ball. Caleb Martin will check back in for Christie. B. Will. The dribble handoff from Powell in the lane. Floater, no good. Powell the offensive rebound and the putback as Dwight Powell has provided the Mavericks with excellent minutes here in this last stretch where he's been playing really well as he's been forced into action with the Mavericks dealing with injuries to their big men. Edwards has also checked back in. He will spin and fade from the right elbow, and that's just a pretty jumper that nobody in the NBA is stopping there. Here's Hardy in the lane with the right scoop shot is good for number 1 as the Mavericks offense is picking up here a little bit late in the first. 3 minutes to go. Naz Reid in the lane. absolutely traveled. The official, looking right at it, didn't see it. No call. Dwight Powell with a great screen to free up Williams, who will head to the lane. Can't get it to go once again. But he'll head to the free throw line. And that's a TV timeout with the Mavericks up 22-21. I like that. Anthony, Mom and Dad and Vicky always singing his commands. Great show. Great show, Anthony. Mavericks up 1 here. 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. I'll tell you what, this would be a hell of a win for the Mavs if they were able to pull this one out. It really would be. All the circumstances you're without all of your best players, I mean, this would be a great win for the team. This would be a great win for the team. But the biggest story surrounding the Dallas Mavericks, unfortunately, is not what's going on the scoreboard. It's, what's going on in the front office and what they're going to decide to do over the next week or so. You have the trade rumors on Anthony Davis. All signs point to Davis staying past the deadline. You have the trade rumors on Najee Marshall. I would say he's more likely to be traded, but I can see them keeping him if they don't get at least a first-round pick for him. I think that the Mavs would like to trade somebody to get some sort of draft capital back in return to try to restock that cupboard a little bit. But we'll see what Michael Finley and Matt Riccardi have in store for us. We'll see what Matt Riccardi and Michael Finley have in store for us. I do think the Mavericks are going to make a trade. I just don't know what the trade's going to be. I have no idea what the trade's going to be. No idea what the trade's going to be. Well, Betcarb, that's because the Mavericks game is not on ESPN. That's because the game is not on ESPN. The game tonight is on local television. As they're giving a nice standing ovation for Mr. Norm Sanju, co-founder of the Dallas Mavericks. It's his bobblehead night tonight. Good for Norm, man. Good for Norm Sanju. Let's see. For those of you that don't know, Mavericks legend Mark Aguirre is getting his number 24 jersey retired by the Mavericks tonight. Their first real star in the Mavericks history. I believe he was the first All-Star in Mavericks history as well. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that is the case. And he is getting his number retired. The Mavericks announced this last year in the middle of their PR crisis. Nonetheless, though, Aguirre probably deserves his number retired, so that's cool nevertheless. He's here in the crowd. I believe among those attending, I believe Isaiah Thomas is in the crowd tonight. And all of the other Mavericks numbers who are retired, Dirk Nowitzki, Brad Davis, and Rolando Blackman, and Derek Harper, of course, are in attendance here for tonight's game for the 5th retired number in Mavericks history. Right? Yeah, Harper, Blackman, Davis, Dirk. Yeah, okay. If you can name the other 4 retired numbers in Mavericks history down in the comment section. I'll give you a cookie. Mavs have a 3-point lead here. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Conley is driving baseline, and he'll pull it back out to Edwards. And dumps it over to Clark. Clark will now drive. He'll kick it over to Naz Reid for 3, who will connect and tie this baby up. Naz Reid averaging 14 and 6 this year. Dwight Powell got hit in the face once again, but Jaden Hardy will pull up from 15 and hit. It is truly incredible how often DP is hit in the face. Like, it really is. Conley with the little spinning floater doesn't get that one to go, and then Brandon Williams just turned it right over to Naz Reid. Reid for 3, doesn't get it to go. But an offensive rebound by Yohan Beringer, and he creates a second chance point for Mike Conley, who hits a 3. Hardy to Washington. Washington to Powell. Powell misses, gets his own rebound, kicks it out to Williams. Williams over to Hardy now with 10 on the shot clock. Hardy crosses over. Hardy drives. Hardy in the lane, kicks it over to Martin for 3. Air ball from Caleb Martin. Air ball from Caleb Martin. One of the worst players I've ever seen wear a Mavericks uniform. Yohan Beringer converts the alley-oop. Brandon Williams with 10 on the game clock and 7 on the shot clock crosses Naz Reid over. He will put it up and draws the foul. Does Williams with 7.7 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. He will. Rotates the ball behind his back. Takes a deep breath. 2 dribble. 3 dribble. Puts it up. The Mavericks free throw shooting is disastrous. If the Mavs were playing like an average basketball game tonight, they would be up by double digits because the Timberwolves are playing horrific hoops here in this first quarter. They're the Timberwolves are playing horrible. But the Mavs are missing free throws. They've got 6 turnovers. They're not shooting it very well. B-Will does make the second one. Conley races up the floor with 3. Conley with 2. Now it's with Naz Reid to beat the buzzer. Naz Reid off the backboard. No good. And that will do it for the first quarter of play. The Timberwolves lead 31-29. 31-29. Grade the Mavericks so far down in the comments, A, B, C, D, or F. I mean, I'll give them like a D. I don't think they've played particularly well. Turned it over 6 times. Not shooting the ball great at all. We'll pull up the stats here. It's better than I thought, but they're 8 of 13 from the line. 4 assists to 8 turnovers in the game. I mean, 8 turnovers, and you're on pace for 32 turnovers. 32! Like, I know it happens when you don't have a point guard on the team, basically, but my goodness. My God. I also don't think that number is right for Minnesota. That number is definitely not right for Minnesota because they have more than 2 turnovers. More than two turnovers. My Spanish is rusty, Daniel, but I believe that said, will the Mavericks win today? Probably not. I don't think so. Brian Reynolds, that's probably more fair than me. That's probably more fair than I. I give him a D, but yeah. I give him a D. Not playing great. See if they can pick it up here in the second quarter. Take care of the basketball. Apparently, the Timberwolves do have 2 turnovers. I thought they had more than that, but the Mavericks have 8. And that ain't going to get it done. That ain't going to get it done, my friends. No, it will not. Clark in the corner for 3. No good. Berenjay with the rebound there. And Timberwolves just get an and 1 off the offensive rebound from Berenjay. I believe that is the rookie. Let me double check. Oh, no, excuse me. It's Bones Highland. Bones Highland with the N1 here. If Jason Kidd retires, I could coach the Mavs. Oh my God, the Mavs would go 0-82 with me as the coach. 0-82. The intricacies of the game, Jason Kidd, like you guys probably don't realize this, and I know a lot of Mavericks fans don't love Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd's a really good basketball coach, y'all. He is. This Mavericks team is not very talented, but Jason Kidd's a good basketball coach. Let me tell you that. Like, knowing all of the defensive coverages and all of the sets to beat said defensive coverages, knowing how to rotations, knowing when to use your timeouts, knowing when to challenge, like everything that goes in managing people's egos. Like, oh my God, I would be a horrific NBA coach because I just wouldn't tolerate the BS. That's all. I just wouldn't tolerate the BS. And these cats nowadays are soft. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't be able to coach high school, let alone the NBA. I know a little bit. Like, I can recognize certain coverages and certain sets that teams run. But, I would get cooked by any coach in the league. I appreciate the kind words, though, Brian. Here is Ryan Nembhard, who has checked in for the first time. And he'll turn it over there as it's a turnover fest at the AAC tonight. Clark out to Reed. Naz Reed. They alley-oop to Berenjay. And Minnesota looks like they're on the verge of breaking this one open. It is only a 5-point lead, though. Here's PJ in the lane. Floater, short. Gafford tried to get the offensive rebound, but finds it in the hands of Highland. Bones Highland, guarded by Nembhard, will stretch their defense out to DiVincenzo in the corner for 3. That's an air ball so bad that Gafford couldn't even come up with the rebound. Miles Kelly, the two-way man, has checked in for the Mavericks as he's getting second quarter action here tonight. That's pretty cool. Here's Hardy, step back 3. No good. Wanted the foul call, won't get it. Highland the other way. In the corner to Clark, over to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo down low to Berenjay. Berenjay will put it up, no good. But a foul is called. I would love if the Mavericks traded P.J. Washington. Unfortunately, Brian, they cannot trade him because P.J. has a trade restriction on his contract until March 6th. Well, the trade deadline is February 5th. So P.J. Washington is not eligible to be traded this season, unfortunately. I wish he could be, but he's not. But he's not. Baron J makes the free throw. PJ subs out. I mean, the Mavericks have to trade PJ this offseason. How or for who, I have no idea, but they have to. I mean, what a lineup this is. Ryan Nembhard, Miles Kelly, Jaden Hardy, Najee Marshall, and Daniel Gafford. You want to talk about a throwaway game in January? That's where we're at right here. That is where we are at right here. Highland for three, no good. Kelly will come down with the board. Jaden Hardy for three in transition gets it to go right by the Utah Jazz bench. And Naz Reid with it. He'll get it to McDaniels, who was checked back in after a lengthy absence. Highland, baseline jumper, no good. Miles Kelly soars in for the Mavericks rebound. That's two in a row for Kelly there. Kelly gets a screen from Gafford, throws it over to Marshall. Najee, knifing his way into the lane, lays it up, gets it blocked, and DiVincenzo up the court, but it's stolen by Kelly. Miles Kelly on the defensive end doing work. Now it's with Nembhard. Over to Hardy for three. Can't get it to go. Oh, that would have been a big swing of momentum for the Dallas Mavericks here, as they could have tied the game. And now it's going to be a 6-point game because Bones Highland kicks it over to McDaniels, who knocks down a wide open three. What a brutal sequence of events there, as a 6-point swing gives Minnesota a 6-point lead. While we are at a TV timeout, let me tell you guys about our sponsor of today's show, which is PrizePicks. The big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than PrizePicks, where it always feels good to be right. And since the big game is right around the corner, that also means it's your last chance to get into the football action before next season. So close the season out right with PrizePicks by getting $50 instantly in lineups after you play your first $5. With the new social feeds feature, you can share PrizePicks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as inspiration for your own picks. You can even follow PrizePicks partners like us and tail or fade our picks with just one click. They also now have early payouts, so if your lineup gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. If you're missing your fantasy football team and your season is already over, PrizePicks, you don't have to wait until next year's draft to keep playing. Pick your favorite players and win when they hit their projections every week. No draft required. Join millions of users today and sign up for America's #1 sports picks app. And I do have a projection for the big game. I'm taking the more on Drake May passing touchdowns, the more on Rashid Shaheed longest reception, and the more on Stephon Diggs receptions. Copy those picks or go make picks of your own. Just please make sure you do it over at PrizePicks. Download the app and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. One more time, that is code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. That link is in the comments and description of today's show. Shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring this episode of Mavericks Today. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5. Shout out to PrizePicks. That link is in the live chat right now. Mavs down 6 here in the second, and it could have been a tie game. They're staying in the game despite turning it over a million times. Jaden Hardy having a decent night. 3 of 5 from the field, 7 points. Max Christie 0 of 4 from the field. He hasn't been able to get going yet. He's checked back in the game, though, has Christie. Powell gets a dribble handoff rejected from him. Now it's with Hardy. Jaden puts it up as shot clock expires, and no good. Here's DiVincenzo as Gobert gets the steal. Yeah, Nembhard fouled him. Gobert too strong. And one. Timberwolves are running away with this one. I know it's an 8-point game. It feels like it's over already. Feels like it's over already. Yeah, we're not doing that, realist in the chat. Appreciate it, though. We're not doing that. Gobert misses the free throw. Marshall gets the tip rebound. Marshall spins off the back of the rim. Gobert with the board. Highland up the court. And Nembhard with 2 quick fouls. He's going to have to be subbed out of the game, and he will be, as Brandon Williams is set to check in for the Mavericks. Mark Cuban not in his normal seats tonight, as he's sitting right by the bench. Don't know what that's about. He's sitting by the scores table, and not in his normal seats. Here's Julius Randle over to McDaniels for 3, no good. Najee with the board for Dallas. Christie up on the other end. Max looking for something, gets fouled finally. And Max trying to get some offense going here. Bye. Yeah, realist, you're done. You're done. Not doing any of that here on the channel. That's for sure. Christie gets his first point of the night by knocking down that free throw. I think the Miami Heat are blowing a big lead. I can hear my good friend Nick Roloff not happy at the moment. Max makes both. So the Mavericks get the lead back down to 6, 10 of 15 from the line tonight. Gobert with it. He'll dribble handoff to Highland. Highland in the lane. Reverse layup with the right. Gets it to go. Nice move by Bones Highland to shield the ball with his body. Go up with the right-handed layup. Williams in the lane. He had Powell with the nice pick and roll, but he kicked it out. Christie has it now, and it's stolen by DiVincenzo. Out of bounds, though. So the Mavericks will have the ball with 11 seconds on the shot clock. 6:21 here in the first half. Marshall gets the inbound in the lane with the left. Najee down low to Powell with 5. Out of bounds. Loses it. And that will be Timberwolves basketball. The Mavericks, they clearly don't want to win this game. And I don't want to say that. But when you have 11 turnovers in the first quarter and a half, like you're acting like you don't want to win. Julius Randle has it, guarded by Najee Marshall on the left elbow. Randle backing him down. Fades. Oh, and that's just, that's pretty from Julius right there, man. I'm telling you, Julius Randle is an excellent regular season player. He might be a top 25 player in the league in the regular season. No cap. In the playoffs, though, it's not the guy I want. It's not the guy I want. Caleb to Powell. It's blocked out of bounds by Gobert. Okay, I was going to say Natalie Sago originally ruled out of bounds, and it wasn't Mavericks ball, but it is. So it will be Mavs ball now heading the other way. Caleb Martin, give and go with Dwight Powell. Caleb, floater in the lane, can't get it to go. Powell with the offensive rebound and a loose ball foul will be called here on, it looks like, can't tell if it was Edwards or McDaniels who got that called on them. Williams gets the screen from Powell. 5 on the shot clock. Back to Williams. Williams trying to size up Marshall. He does. And he gets it blocked. Irrational confidence from Brandon Williams. That's what that was. That's what that was. And that will be a shot clock violation as the Mavs can't get it in time. McDaniels will drive baseline now. He'll kick it out to Reed. Closed out well by Martin. Over to Randall. Julius puts down his shoulder. He will spin. Marshall playing great defense. Julius with the step through and the layup. I mean, Julius Randall loves playing at home. He is cooking the Mavs tonight. Julius Randall is cooking the Mavericks tonight. He's got 14 on 7 of 10 here in the first half. Timberwolves up 12. At this rate, we will be doing a postgame show in the fourth quarter. So that'll be nice. We'll talk about the latest Mavericks trade rumors and all that. Powell, Williams in the lane, lays it up and in. Nice move by Brandon Williams to adjust his shot mid-air to wait off the defender. I think I saw Alex Rodriguez is here as well. Co-owner of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Caleb Martin steals it from Edwards. Martin, Euro steps, drops it off to Najee, lays it up and in. And a transition bucket for the Mavericks there to keep themselves within arm's length. Bones Highland over to Nas. Reed, crossover, puts his arm into Martin. No good. Offensive rebound. Reed gets his putback to go. Caleb will cross it over. He'll Euro step, kick it out to Najee. Marshall calls for a screen, gets a slip from Williams. Now it's with Martin with 7 on the shot clock. No offense here right now. Caleb crosses over, spins, fades, rims out. Dwight Powell comes up with the loose ball, somehow is kicked out, and I think we're going to get a foul called here somewhere. That was a crazy loose ball as Powell and Reed were fighting for it. That should be a foul on Bones Highland, if anything. I couldn't tell if it was or wasn't, though. Yeah, they did call the foul. As Dwight Powell getting high fives from his teammates after some good hustle plays there. Which they certainly were. Gafford swings it to Christie. Max is fouled by Jaden McDaniels. I do believe that will put Minnesota over the limit here, so the Mavericks should be heading to the free throw line. Oh, no, that was the fourth team foul, excuse me. One more foul, the Mavericks will be in the bonus. Daniel Gafford's checked back in, and the foul is going to occur right there, I believe, on McDaniels. Yeah, he fouled on the screen there. And Max Christie will head to the free throw line for a pair of foul shots. If you haven't already, please be sure to hit that subscribe button at youtube.com/MavsTV. We have you covered with all of the latest Mavericks news and rumors leading up to the 2026 NBA trade deadline next Thursday. The Mavs trade Najee Marshall, if they trade Klay Thompson, if they trade Caleb Martin, you will know right here on the channel. Hit that subscribe button right now for free, informative, entertaining Mavericks content. I'm even under the weather tonight, and I'm still bringing you guys a watch party. Max does make both free throws, so it's still an 8-point lead for Minnesota with 3 minutes left in the first half. Randall trying to bully Gafford, and Williams will come down with the rebound after Gafford defended the Randall shot really well. Williams in transition to Najee. Najee crosses over, and Berenjay reaches in, and Najee Marshall will head to the free throw line once again. This team is finding a way to stay in this game despite not playing well whatsoever. Not playing well whatsoever. Final TV timeout of the first half. Go vote in our live poll as well if you haven't already. Who do you guys think the most likely Maverick to be traded is? Is it Anthony Davis? Is it Najee Marshall? Is it Daniel Gafford? Vote in the live poll and let me know down in the comments what y'all think. I think it's Daniel Gafford, given the trade value and his status on the team. I don't think there's a market for Anthony Davis. I don't think that a team is going to pony up a first-round pick for Najee, which is what the Mavericks are seeking. So that leads me to Mr. Gafford, who I think would be a good asset for any contending team whatsoever. I think he'd be good for any team whatsoever. I don't see the Mavs trading Max Christie. Caleb Martin maybe has some value because he's played well-ish relatively in the last 10 games or so. I don't think they want to trade Brandon Williams. So I would leave it at Gafford and Marshall as the two most likely to be traded, followed by Anthony Davis. Followed by AD. That would be my guess. But we'll see. We shall see. All right. Back in action here at the AAC, as I believe they will be retiring Mark Aguirre's number at halftime. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Oh, it's tomorrow. Why did I think it was tonight? Could have sworn it was tonight. I guess tonight's Norm Sanju bobblehead night, and tomorrow night's the Mark Aguirre jersey retirement. My bad. I thought it was tonight. That's weird. Anthony Edwards will head to the free throw line after getting fouled. Got about 100 people in the building right now. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up icon for a free and easy way to help out the channel. Help push this stream to more Mavericks fans. We can make this the largest Mavericks community here on YouTube. Hit that like button today if you have not already. Ant makes both, so it's a 52-44 lead for Minnesota. Micah Parsons is sitting in the seats I was sitting in on Saturday. That's pretty dope. Najee Marshall not having a good offensive game as he missed a wide open floater, and Julius Randle will head the other way now. Randle has a mismatch, but Naz Reid will pull up from three, and Max Christie will come down with the strong rebound. It's up the court to Najee. He had an alley-oop to Caleb. He didn't take it, but now Max Christie will rise and fire for three. Air ball, Gafford with the rebound there. Gafford, double team, stolen by Reid. Up the court to Edwards. Ant crosses over, bumps Christie, gets it to go from the baseline. Ten-point lead there. Timberwolves have 10 steals tonight. Mavs just not taking care of the rock at all. Brandon Williams, though, will baseline reverse layup there to bring the Mavs back within 8. They go and trap Edwards. DiVincenzo will kick it out to Randle for the left corner three. It's no good. Williams with the rebound there. The Mavs have a chance to strike. Martin up ahead to Gafford. Gafford gets fouled by DiVincenzo, and that could be a flagrant foul. We need to go review this, Natalie. John Goebel and Natalie Sago, your two main officials here tonight. No, we don't need to review it. That's a common foul. Common foul. What up, Joe Harper? Gafford falling like an old man. Gafford's falling everywhere. He is falling everywhere. Makes the first free throw. And makes the second as well. So the Mavericks find themselves within 6 here at the half. Gafford with 8 and 4 in the first half tonight as well, as we come down to a minute left. Anthony Edwards directing traffic, gets a screen from Baron J. Edwards is trapped. Edwards throws it to Reid. Naz Reid kicks it out to Julius Randle for three. Rims out, and Brandon Williams comes down with the board. Mavs have a chance to go 2 for 1, but Williams is coming up with pace. Williams loses the ball. Up the court to DiVincenzo. Easy dunk. We're going to have 30 fucking turnovers in this game, man. We got 15 turnovers here in the first half. It's embarrassing. Embarrassing, man. It really is. Marshall to Brandon Williams, who will hit a free throw line jumper. No good. T-Wolves will have the last shot up 8. Edwards has it with 10. Now with 7. Edwards throws it away. Oh, my God. It was deflected, apparently. So it'll be Timberwolves ball with 4 seconds exactly left on the game clock here. DiVincenzo to inbound. It's to Randle, who gets fouled by Marshall. Yep. He foul baited Najee Marshall. Got the call because it was a foul. Very, very, very sloppy half of basketball from the Mavericks, who are lucky that it's going to be just a 10-point deficit at halftime. They are very lucky it's going to be just a 10-point deficit at halftime. Tell you that much. Tell you that much. Randall. Second free throw is good. And that will do it for the first half of play. It's the Timberwolves 58 and the Mavericks 48. No good. One moment. I need to grab some paper towels real quick. We'll take a look at some first half stats, and full disclosure, it's probably pretty damn ugly because this squad just 15 turnovers in the half. Like, what are we doing? Now, I know this number's not right because on the broadcast it said 14 turnovers. This says 13. I can tell you for a fact that isn't correct. I won't be gaslit. I know how bad this team is turning the ball over. Imagine if they had 7 turnovers instead of 14. Might be a tie game. Be closer, that's for sure. It'd be closer. Just such a frustrating team, man. And given where we were 365 days ago, it's just hard to watch at this point, man. Hard to watch at this point. If you're watching this game, you're a real Mavs fan for sure. Because they're not giving us anything to be proud of here tonight. Joe, Cooper sitting out because of his ankle. And what about Clay? Yes, Cooper is out because of the ankle. I don't remember what Klay Thompson's was. Let me double check. Clay left knee soreness is the official designation for Clay. Cooper was for the ankle. And then Musa Cisse out, two-way. Nembhard available. Kelly available. But yeah, Thompson is out because of the knee soreness. Flag is out because of the ankle. This team just frustrates me to no end, man. Frustrating to no end. Frustrating to no end. What's going on in the Laker game tonight? Let's see. I haven't even checked in on that yet. What's our boy doing? Oh, they were blown out by 30 by the Cavs. Jesus. Yeah, the entire starting five is out. And what's crazy, Joe Harper, Lively out for the season. AD, probably out for the season. Kyrie, probably could come back, but won't play this season. Cooper and Clay, hurt. It's almost like trading for an over-the-hill injured superstar was a bad idea. Luka was decent tonight. I mean, he was 12 of 20, 3 of 8 from 3, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Jesus, they got blown out, though. I mean, my goodness. No team in the West, outside of the obvious, San Antonio Spurs and Oklahoma City Thunder, are particularly good. Like, if you get in the tournament, who's to say you can't make a run to the conference finals? Like, the Lakers are the best of the bad bunch, so to speak. There's a lot of holes on that team. Like, Minnesota's decent, but they've got some holes as well. Who else? Kings, horrible. Suns, horrible. Clippers, playing better, not very good. Houston, all right, just lost Steven Adams to the season as well. New Orleans, horrific. Memphis, not very good. Like, the West is not fantastic this year. Denver's obviously good. I forgot about Denver. That was stupid by me. Forgot about Denver. Yeah, OKC, Denver, and San Antonio are by far the 3 best. Mavs, horrific. But who's good in the East? The Knicks aren't. I think Cleveland's decent. Toronto's all right. Detroit's good. The Celtics, I mean, how about the freaking Celtics? They're second in the East despite not having Jason Tatum the entire season. Knicks have really struggled lately. Philadelphia's playing decently, especially since Embiid's back. They're 500 at home, though. 500 at home is not very good. Yeah, Detroit is probably the best team in the East. But, yeah, I mean, everyone's beatable. Everyone's beatable. I early on in the season, I'm not sure OKC was particularly beatable, but I think we've seen San Antonio can clearly beat them. So, San Antonio can clearly beat them. Mike Griffith! What's up, brother? How we doing? Appreciate you tuning into the show. In case you missed it, which it sounds like you have, Mavericks have 14 turnovers in the first half, and it's been an ugly game of basketball, is what it's been. An ugly game of basketball. Just where we've been to where we are, it's embarrassing. And if Cooper Flagg was playing in this game, who knows what it looks like, but he isn't. So we've got to deal with it. Kevin Mendoza says, go Minnesota. Well, Kevin, you can root for whoever you want in the chat, and I appreciate you tuning into the show, despite this being a Mavericks channel. We try to bring the best Mavericks content here on YouTube, and that includes watch parties, which bring in other audiences as well. For our Golden State Warriors stream last week, where we had over 20,000 people join the show, I had a lot of Dubs fans in the chat, which is all good as long as everyone keeps it civil. As long as everyone keeps it civil, it's all good in the hood. I'm a little under the weather tonight, but we're powering through. We're powering through. Second half should be underway here in about 5-ish minutes or so, hopefully a little sooner. As the Mavericks, with a 10-point deficit, are going to try to erase it. Yeah, I would imagine he plays tomorrow, Mike. I think they decided he was going to sit out one of these 2 games here, and it turned out to be this one, unfortunately. I would say same with Clay. I think they'll both end up playing. In hindsight, I probably should have done tomorrow's game instead of today's game, but this was a better matchup, so I figured the Mavericks would try to play their better players. But yeah, I was wrong on that one. This team just finds ways to annoy me. They find ways to annoy me, damn it. All right. Second half will be underway shortly. Mavs down 10. Let's see if they can find a way to claw their way back in at shorthand. My guess is probably not. But we'll try to. They'll try to find a way. Yeah, Brian, we'll see about that. I wouldn't call anything an auto dub for the Mavericks. I wouldn't call anything an auto win for the Mavericks. Alrighty. Need to send a tweet real quick. Go give me a follow on Twitter if you haven't already at Jeff_Coop27. Not even against the Hornets, Brian. That is correct. There is no guaranteed win for this team. All right. Second half about to get underway. Let's get the energy rolling. Let me know who you got. M for the Mavs, T for the T-Wolves, and let's get it going. Second half about to get underway here momentarily. here momentarily. I like it, Mike. You think the Mavs are coming back? Man, I hope they are. I hope they are. I'm hoping too, Mr. Griffith. I am hoping as well. DiVincenzo set to inbound the ball to Julius Randle. We are about to get underway. Here in the third. Edwards puts it up. No good. Caleb Martin, the rebound, heading the other way. Martin to Washington down low. PJ seals off Edwards and gets the easy dunk. Here's Gafford. On the turnover, Gafford can't make the layup, though. And Edwards gets the rebound headed the other way. Edwards to Randle. Randle lays it up and in. Restores the 10-point lead. Washington in the lane now. Puts it up and in. 4 points for PJ Washington here to start the third quarter. Hopefully that gets him a little spark. Hopefully that gives PJ a little spark. DiVincenzo. Deep three for Dante. Gets it to go. Wow. Martin for three. No good. Randle with the board there. (66-52) after the Anthony Edwards three. Washington in transition the other way. Layup no good. DiVincenzo with the rebound on the other side. DiVincenzo to Gobert. Gobert. Euro steps. Blocking foul on DG. Gobert. Oh, we got our first super chat. Oh, I like this. Sam, we already answered this question earlier in the show, but I appreciate it. We already answered this question earlier in the show. That would be Mr. Mike Conley. We talked about Mike Conley earlier in the show. As Sam Brown comes in with our first super chat of the day, shout out to Mr. Downtown Sam Brown, executive producer here at Chat Sports. I don't remember his actual title, but we love Sam Brown, one of my near and dear friends, as he comes in with this super chat. Name the NBA player with this career cap from Memphis, Utah, Minnesota. Yep, that would be Mr. Mike Conley. Appreciate you, Sam. Appreciate you, my guy. Mr. Mike Conley. But thank you, Mr. Brown. I appreciate it. Mike Conley, a.k.a. Mavericks Killer. He does it to us all the time. Conley, speaking of the aforementioned Mike Conley. Ooh, okay, Sam Brown sent in another one. This is a great one. Oh, man. I like this game, Samuel. It's better than watching the Dallas Mavericks play basketball, I can tell you that. Okay. NFL player. San Francisco 49ers, Indianapolis Colts, Buffalo Bills, New York Jets, Miami Dolphins. I have a guess. I don't know if this guess is right. I'll take a couple more seconds to think about it. I don't know if it's a current player or not. This is a hard one, Brown. I'll give it to you in a moment as Najee Marshall puts up a floater in the lane and hits it. I'm going Rasul Douglas. I don't think that's right, but that's what I'm going with. Here's Mike Conley. He'll dump it low to Gobert. Oh, Gobert with the gorgeous Euro step right around P.J. Washington to get the layup there. Yes, shout out to Matthew Peterson. Conley for three. No good. Out of bounds. Mavericks basketball here. Frank Gore. Oh, dude, I don't even remember Frank Gore on Miami. I remember him on San Fran, obviously. I don't even remember him on the Fins at all. That's bad because he played a long time, too. So I probably should have known that. As Daniel Gafford goes down behind the play, and Anthony Edwards, transition three is good. Gafford does get back, but Jason Kidd will not take a timeout there. Jason Kidd hates timeouts. You're right. He probably does not. You're correct. Marshall knifes his way into the lane with the right. He is fouled and will head to the free throw line here for two. Is Naz Reid in the game? Naz Reid is not currently in the game, but he probably will be checking in here soon, would be my guess. He usually checks in right around this time. Let's see what happens here after the Najee free throw. Yeah, Naz Reid did. He literally just checked in. So yes, Mr. Naz Reid is in the game. DiVincenzo misses, and yeah, that's going to go out of bounds off of the Mavericks. Dwight Powell thought it was clearly off Minnesota. He didn't even try to save it out of bounds. So the Mavericks waste yet another possession there. And it's going to be Minnesota ball after we come back from the TV timeout. And while we are at the TV timeout, I need to tell you guys about our sponsor of today's show, which of course is our friends over at PrizePicks. Shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring this episode of Mavericks Today. The big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. And since the big game is right around the corner, that also means it's your last chance to get into the football action before next season. So close the season out right with Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups after you play your first $5. With the new social feeds feature, you can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as inspiration for your own picks. You can even follow Prize Picks partners like us and tail or fade our picks with just one click. They also now have early payouts, so if your lineup gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. If you're missing your fantasy football team and your season is already over, Prize Picks, you don't have to wait until next year's draft to keep playing. Pick your favorite players and win when they hit their projections every week. No draft required. Join millions of users today and sign up for America's #1 sports picks app. And I do have a projection for the big game. I'm taking the more on Drake May passing touchdowns, the more on Rashid Shaheed longest reception, and the more on Stephon Diggs receptions. Copy those picks or go make picks of your own. Just please make sure you do it over at Prize Picks. Download the app and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. One more time, that is code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. That link is in the comments and description of today's show. Shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring this episode of Mavericks Today. Shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring this episode of Mavericks Today. Going to get that link in the live chat for you guys here right now. Sam Brown is cracking me up. Sam Brown's cracking me up. He's trying to tell me how to do my job, even though I already know what I'm doing. Shout out to Sam, though. Shout out to Sam. We appreciate him. Unbelievable. No, this is making my night, to be honest with you. This game is so bad that I need some sort of entertainment, so thank you, Mr. Brown, for providing that for me. Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, this game is completely irrelevant to the point where the Mavericks' own broadcast is talking about the latest NBA news and trade rumors. They're showing a Giannis graphic on the Mavericks broadcast. The Mavericks ain't trading for Giannis. Absurd. As I believe the Mavericks ended up challenging that last play, it was very clearly unsuccessful because it is going to be Timberwolves basketball here. DiVincenzo has it. It's over to Naz Reid for three as he comes off a curl. That's a great out of timeout play there by Chris Finch. Naz Reid misses, but the offensive rebound's gotten by Conley. And it's to Anthony Edwards right to the rim for an easy layup. This team fucking blows. This team absolutely blows, man. Edwards has 8 points in this quarter, 16 for the game. PJ Washington will put it up, and he'll head to the free throw line on the other end with the Mavericks down 15. Horrible, I tell you. Horrible. Want this season over with already. Sunday is the 1 year anniversary of you know what, by the way. So Sunday, I'm going to be in mourning. Giannis does not have a no trade clause, Brian Reynolds. He does not. No. But the Bucks would like to do right by him and send him where he wants to go. But no, he technically does not have a no trade clause. I believe the only player with an active no trade clause in the league would be Mr. LeBron Raymond James. I don't believe anybody else does at the moment. Naz Reid, pretty footwork in the lane with the spin and the jump hook to get it to go. Noah Turner says, can this get any worse? Yes, Noah, it absolutely could get worse. Knock on wood. Najee Marshall could get hurt. Max Christie could get hurt, and then the Mavericks wouldn't be able to trade anybody. Aforementioned Marshall does use his shoulder to get into the lane and put it up from 13 and put it in. No good, in the rebound by Dwight Powell. Max Christie up the court to Najee. Najee with the dump off the PJ. Left-handed layup is good. And the Mavericks trying to make a little run of it here. 75-63 with 5 minutes left in the third. Here's DiVincenzo. Dante pulls it out, now throws it to Randall. Randall is triple teamed and is fouled by Washington right under the basket. Fouled by Washington right under the basket. Randall makes both. Powell driving in the lane, kicks it to Nembhard, who finds himself wide open on the baseline for a 15-foot jumper, and he hits it. DiVincenzo to Naz Reid. Reid down low to Randall, guarded by Marshall. Randall just uses his body as he's way bigger. He's way bigger. Gets the foul and one. Randall he's got the size advantage over Najee, and Najee's not a small guy. But man, Randall manhandling him. Manhandling him. Free throw good for Randall. Restores the 15-point lead for Minnesota. Marshall spins. Got fouled and won. Najee Marshall. Okay. They're trying to stay within arm's length. Now we'll see if they can get it done or not. We'll see if they can amount a comeback or not. They've stayed in this 10 to 15 point range. It feels like for a while now. It does feel like for a while. Marshall will check out. Oh, they calling a timeout. I believe Minnesota's going to challenge this one, so. What up, Ty Man? I didn't even realize that, Ty Man. That's pretty funny. I didn't even realize it. I can't believe I'm on that side of brain rot at this point in my life. But here we are. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Najee's doing Najee things. He's got 17 and 6, shooting over 50% from the field. This team just doesn't have enough firepower at the moment. What can you do? What can you do? What can you do? It's all about the trade deadline for this team now, man. Shout out to the hundreds of people in the building at the moment. If you haven't already, hit that like button for me. Free and easy way to help out the channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well if you're a new viewer. If you don't like it, subscribe for 7 days. After that, if you still want to unsubscribe, go ahead and do so. I don't think you'll regret it, but we have the latest Mavericks news and rumors 100% free right here on the channel. So if you're interested in a channel by Mavs fans for Mavs fans, we are for you. Subscribe today. Whew. Oliver Garrett, UCLA playing against Oregon in basketball. That's a big one. That's a big one. That's a big one. I know. Isn't Texas is playing tonight, I think, as well. Dwight Powell with the left-handed layup in the lane. Auburn beat Texas. Auburn had beat Texas. Naz Reid travels, and it'll be Mavericks ball down 10. All right. The Mavs are clawing their way back. They're fighting, and that's really all you can ask. It's really all you can ask. Naz Reid on the other end in transition. Passes it. Oh, gets it right back and knocks down a three. He's got 14 in the game, 5 of 11 from the field to go along with 5 rebounds. Look, this Minnesota team always finds a way to stretch the Mavericks on defense, especially with the likes of Naz Reid, with Anthony Edwards, with Mike Conley, with Rudy Gobert, as they miss another 3. And Edwards on the other end this time. Euro steps in the lane, no good. J with the rebound. He'll put it back up, and he will head to the free throw line here. Hey, just say I appreciate that, but to be honest, I can't blame people tonight for not being super interested in this game. There's just honestly not a lot going on. I wish there was, but the Mavericks are without literally their entire starting 5 and then some. Like, we are seeing real minutes from Miles Kelly, from Jaden Hardy, from players who should not be playing in the NBA. And a technical foul was just called on Minnesota. So Jaden Hardy will shoot the technical free throw here and misses it. If they don't want to play, we don't want to play. J at the free throw line here. Makes the first. Minnesota up 12 with 2.5 to go. Minnesota up 12 with 2.5 to go. Make it 13 as Baron J converts the pair. Nemhard with it. Mavericks are 20 of 29 from the line. I mean, good God. I agree, Noah. It pretty much is. And another foul is called. There's a million fouls in this game. The Mavericks are trying to claw their way back and stay within arm's length, but we'll see. Mavericks are now 20 of 30 from the free throw line tonight. You're not a serious basketball team if you're shooting 66.7% from the free throw line as a team. Plain and simple. You are not a serious basketball club if that's what you're shooting from the free throw line. Anthony Edwards on the other end. What do you know? Going to the free throw line. Just like everybody. Give me a break, man. Edwards third in the league in scoring this year. Only behind Luka Doncic and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This is just a complete foul fest. I'm ready for the trade deadline. I want some juice surrounding this Dallas Mavericks team. That's what I want. I want some juice. Shout out to the real ones hanging out here on a Wednesday night. As Jaden Hardy's at the free throw line. There are free throw attempts every effing time down the court. Devontae says, you got Kyrie and Anthony Davis. Y'all still good? Well, Kyrie probably out for the season. Anthony Davis gets hurt every 5 games. So can't rely on either of them. And I love Kyrie. Don't get me wrong. Like, that's my guy. But where is he? Not going to return until after the All-Star break at the earliest. If he returns at all. And there's loose balls. And there's bodies flying around. PJ Washington dives on it. Mike Conley steals it. But Clark dropped it out of bounds. Apparently, it's still somehow Minnesota basketball. They're up 15. Edwards tries to turn the corner on Powell, but Dwight does a good job of sealing him off. Kicks it out to Randall for 3. No good. Caleb Martin with the rebound. That's the first clean possession in like the last 4 minutes. And then Nemhard throws the lob to PJ Washington, who lays it home. Washington having a solid third quarter. 9 points and 5 rebounds tonight for PJ. Conley in the lane to Randall, who, guess what, gets fouled. Just tired of it, man. Jalen says, put D'Lo in. I'd rather lose by 40 than watch D'Angelo Russell play. Yeah, I'd rather lose by 40 than watch D'Lo play. I don't think there's a question about that. Both free throws are good for Julius. And it's a 15-point lead. 30 seconds left. Nembhard with the ball. Nembhard to Hardy with 5. Back to Nembhard with 3. Nembhard rises and fires from deep. No good. Edwards with it. With 5 seconds, crosses halfway. Max Christie probably fouled him. No call. Randall right to the rim. Reverse layup. Behringer to beat the buzzer. 92-75. 92-75. We are mercifully about to enter the final quarter of play here at the AAC. So type those 4s. Type those 4s. 12 minutes of basketball left. We might do a post-game show in the fourth quarter. It depends. Depends on how the rest of the game plays out. Shout out, Ty Man. This team just sucks, man. So annoying. So annoying. And it didn't have to be this way is the thing. Like, didn't have to be this way. But it is. But it is. That's a hell of a question, Noah. Wish I had the answer. We were contenders 365 days ago today. Like, things can change quickly in a year. Is by some grace of God Anthony Davis going to stay healthy? Kyrie going to stay healthy? Cooper Flag taking next step? The Mavericks lottery pick pan out? Like, a lot of things. No energy with this team. Pisses me off. Jalen, excuse me. I fully agree. I would say, 3 guys. 3 guys. Not counting Coop because he's out tonight. 3 guys who play with energy on this team. Daniel Gafford, who is not playing well this year, but he's playing hard. Najee Marshall. Don't have to worry about his effort. Max Christie. Those 3 guys, they play with effort every single night on the court. I'm not getting effort every night from PJ. I'm not getting effort every night from Brandon Williams. I'm sure as shit not getting effort every night from Jaden Hardy. You do get effort every night from Cooper Flag, and I want that clear, but Flag isn't playing tonight. When you're not getting effort every single night, man, it's hard to It's hard to win. It's hard to win. Gafford does slam home a dump-off pass from Hardy, though, to get the fourth quarter rocking and rolling. Bones Highland check back in for Minnesota. He'll take the handoff from Randall, go right to the rim and lay it in. See? Shit like that. No effort to get over and help when Highland turns the corner. Go help your teammate out, man. Go help your brother out. Infuriating, dude. Infuriating. Couldn't agree more, Noah. Couldn't agree more. Mavs inbound, and no one tracked to Gafford, who goes right to the rim for an easy deuce. Oh, Randall with the beautiful pass to Highland, who throws it away. Oh, it went off of Baron J. It's off of Baron J, and they called it Minnesota ball. It's like, what is Natalie looking at? Unreal, man. Unreal. Brandon Williams about to head to the free throw line here for a pair. Williams misses it. Highland brings it up. Randall is trapped. Randall to Highland. Over to DiVincenzo from the hash mark, and he hits it. Not good enough, man. Not good enough. This is B. Will in transition quickly. Either way, takes a hard fall. Gets fouled once again. This team, man. It is scorching hot in this studio, by the way. Scorching hot in this studio. Williams makes the first. Got a lot of free throw attempts tonight, does B. Will. Brandon. Makes the second. Converts the pair. Rudy Gobert and Daniel Gafford getting into it a little bit, as we do. Here's Williams in the lane. He has McDaniels on his hip. Gets it to Washington with the left hand. Washington lays it up and in. Mavs down 15 here with 9 minutes left in the ballgame. Randall with the little Dirk fade at the free throw line, gets it to go. That's a pretty move there from Julius. He's got 29 tonight. He's cooking the Mavs. Jaden Hardy lobs it up to Gafford, who comes down with it and then goes back up with the jump hook and will convert there. Now Julius gets double teamed, breaks through the double team. Brandon Williams comes up with the steal. B. Will pushes it up the court to Hardy in transition. Yes, sir. Jaden Hardy knocks it down. Timeout, Chris Finch. Timeout, Chris Finch. It's 101-89. Do the Mavericks have one last run in them? We'll find out here in just a moment. But for the final time tonight, let me tell you guys about our sponsor of today's show, which of course is PrizePicks. The big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than PrizePicks, where it always feels good to be right. And since the big game is right around the corner, that also means it's your last chance to get into the football action before next season. So close the season out right with PrizePicks by getting $50 instantly in lineups after you play your first $5. With the new social feeds feature, you can share PrizePicks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as inspiration for your own picks. You can even follow PrizePicks partners like us and tail or fade our picks with just one click. They also now have early payouts, so if your lineup gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. If you're missing your fantasy football team and your season is already over, PrizePicks, you don't have to wait until next year's draft to keep playing. Pick your favorite players and win when they hit their projections every week. No draft required. Join millions of users today and sign up for America's #1 sports picks app. And I do have a projection for the big game. I'm taking the more on Drake May passing touchdowns, the more on Rashid Shaheed longest reception, and the more on Stephon Diggs receptions. Copy those picks or go make picks of your own. Just please make sure you do it over at PrizePicks. Download the app and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. One more time, that is code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. That link is in the comments and description of today's show. Shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring this episode of Mavericks Today. Code CLNS for $50 in lineups after you play those first $5. Shout out to PrizePicks. Link in the live chat right now. Yeah, Jalen, I don't think it's happening tonight, brother man. Don't think it's happening tonight. Yeah, Mark Aguirre's number 24 gets retired tomorrow night. I don't know why I thought it was tonight, man. I don't know what I was thinking. Nonetheless, here's Mike Conley with it. Hardy almost comes up with the steal. Oh, and they call a transition take foul on Dante DiVincenzo off the loose ball. It's going to be one shot in the ball for the Mavericks. Oh, just kidding. It was a loose ball. I thought they called it take. Different signal. Brandon Williams from 15 gets it to go. Mavericks down 10 points. Trying to make a bit of a comeback here. Let's see if they can get a couple stops and a couple scores. Conley over to DiVincenzo. To Gobert, the dribble handoff to Conley. Gobert, two-man game with them. Left-hand layup, no good. Williams comes down with the rebound. Here's Marshall running the floor. Marshall, left-handed layup, no good. DiVincenzo with the board. He gets it up quickly to McDaniels. McDaniels for three. That one's no good. Offensive rebound. Gobert poked out. Do we have a foul or what's the call? Is it out of bounds or is it a foul? Is it out of bounds or is it a foul? Broadcast isn't telling us. They're showing a picture of Mark Aguirre. They're showing a picture of number 24 instead of watching the game. But Mike Conley hits a three, misses a three. Caleb Martin with the rebound. Martin driving up the left side, now is on the baseline. Caleb runs the baseline, stops his dribble, is in no man's land here, and gets it stolen. That's why I hate Caleb Martin. Nas, up the court, lays it up and in. Williams the other way, no good. McDaniels in the lane, almost traveled, didn't though. Naz Reid will pull from three. That one's probably good, and that will be the game. And the Mavericks lead right back down to 15. Timeout, Jason Kidd. This game is over. Over. Mike Griffith, it's over. It's over. Appreciate that. Sounds good, bro. Thank you. $106.91. Mavericks down to the Timberwolves without their entire starting five. Joke, man. Absolute joke. Just don't know what to do with this squad. Feels like they're not close to contending, and it feels like they're close to contending at the same time. They've beaten Denver twice this year. They've played OKC close. Like, they've beaten some really good teams in the league this season. Just not consistent enough. If only they had a player that was. It's on the Lakers now. He's on the Lakers now. Mike Conley fouls Max Christie on a drive. Mavs are already in the bonus. Christie makes the first free throw. Makes the second as well. Mavs are 26 of 39. Naz Reid at the top of the key. To Edwards for 3, yep. Give me a fucking break. Uncle! Uncle! Rid me of this disease that is this team. PJ gets it to go. Left-hand layup. Nice scoop pass from Brandon Williams. Naz gets it stolen by Christie as he tried to go cross court. Caleb over to Williams. Brandon Williams, right elbow jumper off the back of the rim. Fouled. No call. Edwards with the rebound and up the other way. Edwards in the lane. Edwards, hook pass to Conley. Back out to Reed. Now with Edwards as they reset with Edwards on Dwight Powell. Ant splits the double team. Misses the bunny. And Christie comes down with the board. Max looking to push. Nowhere to really push to. So slow it down. Christie. Stop and pop. Gets it to go. Max Christie from 15. Not a good shooting night for 0-0 for the Mavs. Happens. Shooters go cold. McDaniels in the lane on Powell. That one's short. Tip out rebound to Conley, excuse me. Naz Reid, Euro step. High arcing floater gets it to go as well. Dwight Powell. Washington is sealed. Nice pass from Dwight Powell as Washington had his defender sealed off. He gets a layup as well. PJ's having a really good second half. He was horrific the other night against Los Angeles, but he's having a good second half tonight. Conley wide open for 3. Yep. Yep. Williams. Called for an offensive foul on John Goebel. That's a horrific call, but the game's over anyway, so who really cares? Yeah, this team's a fucking joke, but we're playing without our entire starting 5 and then some. We've turned it over about 24 times tonight. Yeah, it's not big. You guys win? Nice. Julius is cooking us. Hometown game for him. He always goes off against us. Yeah. It's bad. It's bad. Shout out to Connell. Oh, damn nice. All right, bro. Catch ya. Randall gets the inbound pass from Conley. It's over to Naz Reid for 3. No good. Caleb Martin with the rebound. 3, excuse me, and a half minutes to go. Washington transition 3. Gets his own rebound and the putback. Probably got fouled as well. No call from Natalie Sago there. Edwards is trapped. Gets through the trap to McDaniels for 3. Short. Christie tips the rebound out to Washington. PJ Euro steps Edwards. He lays it up and in. This is like the best half of PJ Washington's season. Unfortunately, it's going to come in a loss. But he's playing excellent hoops tonight. He's got 19 and 7. Hopefully something to build on. Randall In the lane, right-hand layup. Got it to go. Randall's got 31 tonight. Hardy to Martin to Washington once again for the easy deuce. It's a 9-point game, or 11-point game, excuse me, with 2:15 remaining. Clock on the Timberwolves side. Washington's got 12 in this quarter alone. Randall. Step back. No good. Randall gets it stolen. Edwards steals it from Christie, excuse me. They don't convert the layup, though, and Jaden Hardy comes back with the board. Mavs down 11, a minute and a half remaining. Hardy into the corner for Christie for three. No good. Ant the board. Conley going to slow it down here for Minnesota. Naz Reid, dagger, short. Hardy to Christie. Christie on the drive to Martin in the corner. Swings it to Washington for three. No good. Reid with the tip, rebound to Randall. And that should do it, ladies and gentlemen. Randall posting up. Christie with 5 on the shot clock. Randall kicks it out. Reid, floater, good. And that will do it as the Mavericks will fall to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And that will be the game. 118-105. The Dallas Mavericks lose. All right, y'all. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in to today's show. I'm going to head on out of here because I'm not feeling too hot. Hopefully, can get this sickness out of me quick so I can bring you guys the latest and greatest Mavericks content. We will have a video on the channel tomorrow about the latest trade rumors. 1 week away from the 2026 NBA trade deadline. We'll see what the Mavericks end up doing. Shout out to you, Mike. Shout out to all the real ones that tuned into today's show. I'm going to get on out of here. My name is Jeffrey Cooperstein. You can go give me a follow on Twitter at Jeff_Coop27. And make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for the latest Mavericks news and rumors. All right, y'all. That will do it for today's show. We'll see you soon with another episode here of Mavericks Today. Adios. Have a good night.